Yeah, investigative journalism is something we use AI for a lot as well at the FT, but I wanted to kind of go into a slightly different part of the newsroom, so more on the news presentation and production pipeline. And to start off, I wanted to talk about how we actually come up with ideas and the tool we developed early on when we kind of set up an AI-specific team last year that we call AI Playground. So that's a pretty basic internal tool that connects our existing content, either published or still in draft, to the LLM in a safe way that doesn't send that content in any places we don't want it to go, and allows everyone in the newsroom to experiment with prompts. And it basically works in two ways, either with a broad search, and it uses the RAG pipeline to extract segments that are relevant. So someone can search for, like, give me a brief on everything that Trump said on Greenland over the last 20 years, and then that would pull in articles and segments from the article specifically, which then a journalist can decide what to do with and generate a prompt and test the output, and then iterate on that prompt and see whether they get to a good prompt, and create something like a timeline, for instance. Or the other way to use it is to predefine the article, saying, actually, I want something very specific. This is the article I'm working with. Can you help me with some revision, finding some inconsistencies in this article? Or if it's already published, turning it into a simplified version, a shorter version, a summary for the social media post or something like that. So this was the way we empowered the newsroom to come up with the use cases that are actually helpful, but also that produce good quality, because that was the biggest question at the start of the last year, where we should even focus our resource as the product and tech team. So out of that came a few things. I'm going to talk you through two of them. So this is hopefully going out live, so you're probably the first ones to see it, but it's going live next week. And it's a discussion prompt that is inserted in the article itself to drive readers to the comment section and then to discuss the article within the comment section. Someone in the previous panel was saying about community being the place where we can actually invest more of our time as news media, not just the content, and we see the proof for that as well. Our engagement really increases, so the users who do engage with comments are actually more engaged with the content itself, are more likely to continue subscribing. So it is an important part of the brand and of the value proposition, the other people they talk to. But also, apparently about 60% of people don't even know that the comment section exists. So the problem was around its visibility in the first place. And there was lots of ideation around how to approach it, and how exactly to prompt people to comments, and how to kind of highlight the value of joining the discussion. And a few ideas were investigated, like summarizing the comments, or maybe selecting the most important comment, all with AI. But kind of like all the areas around doing something with existing comments felt a bit too risky, or needing too much human oversight, so not being scalable eventually. So instead, what we went for is using AI to read the article and then suggest what question would be relevant for this article to then ask, and then within the article, about 2/3 of the way, inserting that question that will then take people to the comment section. That is also human reviewed, so 3 options are offered to our audience engagement team, and they're going to select the one that goes actually live. So we hope to see some changes in the quality of the discussion, which is going to be more qualitative, but then also the engagement metric that is the main one to drive. And the second example is what we call content transformation. And initially it started with the bullet point summary. So this thing that is now live as an experiment is summarization of one article into 3 bullet points. Again, we've heard from our readers, and something we just had to accept, that they do copy-paste our content into other AI platforms and just do something with it. And summarization has been the most frequent use case that they've been doing with it. So we just thought we should offer that opportunity within our platform, rather than trying to pretend it's not happening. And we've tested with the single article that the hallucination level is actually quite low, because the content is quite neat and condensed. We also iterated on the prompt quite a lot to make sure it is very clean and like double checking itself. And we felt pretty good about it. And the one you see on the screen is human reviewed as well. So there is a draft in our content management system that an editor looks at and then publishes to the reader. The interesting thing was we were looking at the changes in engagement. So we needed to change a little bit how we think about engagement, because the traditional way is the depth of reading, and obviously when we offer a summary, that assumes the reader may just look through the summary and actually stop reading the article. So we needed to look broader at the session length, at the number of articles within the session, and the more kind of like longer term habit formation of the reader. And we saw that there wasn't too much negative impact actually even on the article depth, and a little bit of a positive impact on the overall engagement of the reader. The interesting thing we needed to change and fix, and the challenge we had, was the actual user experience. The first version had one bullet point summary already shown, and then everything else you needed to click expand or collapse. And we kind of realized that we went lukewarm. We showed a little bit, but not everything. We didn't want the summary to be too much in the way of people who don't want it, but also to tease a little bit, and that didn't work in terms of engagement. So we made it a bit more explicit. So now the reader needs to click and generate, and for those who don't want it, it's just a tiny blue button. And the most exciting outcome of that is that looking at how much the editors need to change it, no one needed to change anything factual. So it's been live for several months now, and only some small stylistic changes have been made to the actual output. So these are the two examples, more kind of on the reader facing side, human in the loop as well.